Alright, so we'll go back to Mew's Super World. Because, yeah, I like to be able to, like, help makers improve. So if at all possible, if you could pass on some of my feedback to the YouTuber, that would be great. If you don't want to, that's understandable. I'm sure he's a pretty busy guy. It might not be worth your time. But anyway, let's go back to this one. Yeah, I always try to, like, I want to improve the community and help makers become better makers. So I generally prefer to do levels of people while they're here so I can give them good feedback. If I think that their level is still useful for me or my viewers, then I will still continue to play it after I've like died a time or two or something like that. Um, so it just depends on the quality of the level whether or not I continue to play it, but yeah. Let's see here. So, but personally, I'm not a big fan of that particular super world at the moment. So if you want me to continue playing it, you're gonna have to send Toad coins. Alright. All the stages so far have been attempts at replicating. Oh, really? Oh no, well, there were only 3 levels, and only 2 of them seemed to do that. Well, actually, I guess the second one definitely had some very striking similarities to some levels, I will admit. Like, I noticed that, which is kind of a shame, to be honest, because it's very, like, Me Too-ish, you know? Like, you see a friend with a red tie, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna wear a red tie too. Aren't I awesome? You know, it's like, yeah, Nintendo made lots of money by making that game, but that was years ago. And now we have all these interesting tools, and we can do things like put monsters inside mystery blocks or whatever, for example. And you can even put a key inside a mystery block. You know, the cursed key doesn't have to be, you know, in plain sight for us to pick up anymore, you know? You could, like, do so much more with your trolling than what he supposedly has tried to do, from what I could tell. Like, it just seems like really low efforts, if you ask me. And I feel like a lot of YouTubers tend to be like that. A lot of YouTubers, they just produce quantity content instead of quality content. So it doesn't really surprise me to hear you tell me that that's a YouTuber's super world. Um, this one's pretty cool. It was definitely on the easy side, but I'm expecting the difficulty to ramp up towards like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th levels. Yeah. Jungle and water. Yeah, it makes sense. I did this some underground and water and so on. I really am going to enjoy getting a new account and trying to build a super world with it. Be like, the thing is, I don't think I would rush it though, you know? Like, it would have to soak up a lot of time, but I guess that's okay. It's a convenient way to collect some coins. That's kind of cute. I like that. Um, so this is the bonus room level. Again, I'm not a big fan of the music on most of these bonus room levels, but I guess that's to be expected. They're usually pretty noisy. The SMB3 bonus music, I think, is the best bonus music. The others are not as good. As far as boss music goes, I think the SMB1 like boss music is good. The one that's the same one from the SMB3 versus. Um, I liked the way you set up the 10 block coins that we could shoot at them. I thought that was kind of cool. So we'll give a like to that. If it weren't for that, I don't think I would give it a like. It was just kind of meh. Not really a fan of bonus stages in general. Yeah, I see what you mean. Give us a different mask to use. I actually haven't done any work with the masks in my levels yet. Need to rectify that eventually, I guess. Whoa. I was thinking about making some interesting vertical levels using masks. Like I could do like a hyper fast climbing speedrun level or something I thought about doing. But I don't know if I'll actually do that or not. Whoa. You could give the player like the propeller mask and a catsuit, that way they could do some wall climbing. And they could propel themselves upward by flying, jumping this thing. I think that could be pretty fun. But I haven't even started work on that idea, I don't think. And anyway, I don't know if I have enough level slots to do that at the moment. But that's what I might do for my second account, is I'll probably try to like do things that I think other people might find very interesting. I'll try to like make a popular, casuals only kind of account, or I might do lots of speed runs, so I might do that on that account instead. Well, that underwater section was kind of underwhelming. Yeah, super easy. I'm hoping towards the end there'll be like a random water level that's hard, like in the 6th, 7th, or 8th map, because I really like challenging water levels. That was not bad though, I think newbies would like it. Tried to make the... Wait, what? You hide the Goomba mask deeply in your game, largely because it's utterly overpowered. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. You're the first one to say that. Wait, what does that mean? Most players find it incredibly overwhelming and had to nerf it. Wait, what are you talking about? You're not talking about the level that I just played, are you? We have to keep in mind, when I look at the new courses list and I look at things to first clear, one of the first things I look at is water levels. Not because I think I'm good at water levels, but just because I know other people don't want to play them. And so it's easier for me to yoink the first clear if like other people aren't actually competing for it, if that makes sense. Oh, we have to this is a collect coins level. Okay. Well, whenever it says at least, I'm kind of annoyed because I don't know how many are in the level. Unless a comment tells me, which I turned comments off. I should turn them on then, just in case you do tell us. Oh, I'm getting stuck there. Oh! Okay. Oh, maybe you were talking about the thing about the random level towards the end. Maybe that's what you said. That sounded unique. That I said. Yeah, I can imagine nobody else said that before. If you ever played Sonic the Hedgehog, the first game, like Scrap Brain Zone Act 3. It was like the final like land or world, whatever you want to call it, for the Sonic Super World or whatever for the original game. Like that was it was mostly a robot land or mechanical stuff, machines or whatever. And then uh, but then like towards the end of that third and final level, um, it was water. It was a water level all of a sudden. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's the kind of thing I was talking about. Well, the bloopers are pretty easy to deal with, but that's because I have experience dealing with them. If people are inexperienced, then I can see them complaining for sure, yeah. But it's like you have a catsuit. Like, they have super bells, so it's not like they can't defend themselves, you know? But they probably took damage at some point on something really dumb because they were being careless trying to speedrun or something. The thing is, people should not be speedrunning in a level unless they've beat it already. But they're irresponsible and they don't care about principles. So, ugh. They just like, people like always want to be like treated like they're the best, even when they didn't put forth any effort. That's what I've noticed. So I have a tendency to like be kind of aggressive sometimes when people like act that way in chat sometimes, which I might have done towards you. I apologize if that offended you or whatever, but oof. Do you happen to have like any interestingly strong stats in your opinion from playing this game? Other than like you've played a lot of Super Worlds. Wow. Casuals are more aggressive about wanting games to be easy than allowing hardcore gamers to have a real challenge. Well, I'm not sure if I agree with that or not, but I definitely think that was pretty fun with the Porky Puffers for sure. That one was nice. That was like the right amount of difficulty, I thought. So here's what I think. I think the way people gain maker points is kind of unfortunate, basically. I think if for you, as somebody who builds 3D world levels, you're fighting an uphill battle because it's one of the least popular styles. But on the other hand, you make very easy levels. So if people complain about your levels being too hard, they basically are trolling. Like, there's no two ways about it. They literally do not want to play 3D world levels if they tell you that your levels are too hard. And they're just like, they're basically just insulting you as a maker. And I'm not okay with that, personally. They should just come out and say it. Like, if they don't want to play 3D world levels, they should just say they don't want to play 3D world levels. But people have difficulty being honest because if they're honest, then that can sometimes be a blow to their pride. And a lot of people cannot deal with having a blow to their pride. So that's an issue that we have to deal with on pretty much a day-to-day basis. You have to have at least a little bit of pride. Like, it's healthy to be prideful, even just a little bit. But people take it way out of order. Like, they're way too prideful, unfortunately, to the point where it's not healthy. So, like, a balance is important in a lot of things in life, and one of those things is how much you think about yourself, I guess, basically, for lack of a better way of putting it. As well as what you think about other people is pretty important too. This is pretty cool. I like this one the most so far out of your castle levels I've played. Yeah, pom-pom fight with the catsuit. I like it. And the decorations are pretty cool too. Gray blocks show danger zones. I wasn't really paying that much attention to that. I noticed that they kind of looked like they were trying to do something like that, but I wasn't really thinking too hard about it. Single player kind of kiddie, not very competitive, and the game doesn't track cooperative gameplay. Oh yeah. Um. Hmm. So I'm not sure what you mean by single player. Does it mean? Because I mean, you're here on Twitch sharing your levels. Uh, I guess that means you don't play things like Bomberman, or you would never touch multiplayer in Super Mario Maker. I don't touch multiplayer in Mario Maker, but that's not because I don't like multiplayer in general. It's just because I don't like the multiplayer in Super Mario Maker. I think that there's some things, like I say, that I discuss in the Discord that I think they need to change about multiplayer in order to make it something that I would want to play. But anyway, I think it's pretty safe to say that you and I are the only ones uh, really chatting right now. So if we have some lurkers that would like to see me interrupt my playthrough of this super world, by all means speak up. But for now, I'm just going to keep going through it because I'm definitely enjoying myself right now. So I'm assuming all the lurkers, they're okay with me continuing to play this super world. Okay, so I love the underground tile set. It's my absolute favorite. For the 3D world underground, I should say. Oops. Oh, I took damage. I like ant troopers too. Ant troopers are really cute. Hey, Buggy, what's up? Okay, that's cool. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I'm gonna take this shell with me. Oh, I could ground pound this, but I don't. I guess I could always wall jump if well, maybe not. Not if it drops me this low. What's this give me? What is this area? Oh. Interesting. Another checkpoint down here? Oh, maybe I was supposed to go here. So I guess up above was maybe like a big coin up there. Oh! Whoops, I shot above the ant trooper. Yay, Super Bell. Oops. Oh, it's this NSPC. I need to switch to my B-Bon Cool. I'm like getting too excited and trying to do things that I can't do with this controller. That's another thing too, right? Is the Nintendo controller surprisingly is not. It doesn't have a very good D-pad, so people usually don't use it, the D-pad, and they tend to do kind of poorly on 3D World maybe because I know I'm struggling. So other people must be struggling too. So let's switch back to my Cycle controller. Okay. Like it's not like I'm struggling so much to the point where the level is hard. It's just that I'm like trying to, speed run it or whatever, kind of, and I'm incapable of pulling off the same tricks that I could do with my other controller. It's like I'm messing up myself. The level's not messing me up. So, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's fine. You know, it works thematically for a super world. I mean, for an underground zone, was what I meant to say. We'll give you a cool idea for that. Okay. Well, for me, I try to look at it a little bit differently. Like, I try to make sure everybody gets like. I just try to focus on making good content. That's my main priority. So I prioritize fun before I prioritize making a level easy. But I definitely try to make levels easy. Like I try to make them fair first of all. Is and then after it's fair, then I look to see if it's possible to make it easier or not. And when I say fair, that doesn't necessarily always mean fair to the player. Sometimes it means fair to the maker as well, or just, you know, like the monsters in the level. Like I try to look at levels from a very critical standpoint. Like I don't do, for example, infinite power-ups for boss fights. I never do that because I don't think it's fair to the boss. Like it's not fair to the player either, personally, in my opinion, from the aspect of it's cheating them out of a challenge, you know? Like, why give them a boss fight if it's guaranteed that they'll win and there's no chance of failure? Like, to me, that cheats them out of a fun gaming experience. So I would like it is if you make a level fair, it's easier to make it fun. Like you can still make it fun even if it's too easy for the player, but that's not my philosophy because I prefer challenges. This is kind of interesting. It's a little bit long, but that's okay. I think some people would get mad. Oh, there's so many yellow blocks. Why do you have so many yellow blocks? I should probably just keep the catsuit, but well. Oh, yeah, that would have been nice to have kept my power up, but that's okay. Is this the end already? Okay. This was definitely easier than the last one, I think. But anyway. Oh, really? Haha. Yeah, I won't blame you. It's just really lazy design, right? Like, and it's been done a lot too. It's not very original. Like, I understand why, like, they feel like they need to do that kind of thing, but I feel like mm, people get complacent already, like, without other people encouraging them to be like that. Like, we don't need to be part of the problem, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's kind of disappointing too, because sometimes other people have very limited viewpoints about how to make levels. So that is to say, um, you know how you said that if it's unfair for the boss, you know, you're gonna boo the level. Well, other people would have the opposite opinion. They think if it's too hard for me, you know, I'm just gonna boo it right away, right? Oops. Wait a minute. Oh, this is just a mini game to get the one up. Okay. And I screwed it up. All right. Well, it's because I saw it possibly coming to me, and I was like, well, that doesn't help me to do something other than get the one up. So, well, how was I supposed to know where all these red coins are? Excuse me. Ooh, somebody doesn't like your level. Oh, it's because they think it's too hard to get in here. I'm a little confused because you can literally hit start over, not lose a life, and then get the door. Maybe it's because they didn't realize there was a bonus level. I mean, I'm not a big fan of bonus levels either, but anyway, it's a little bit harsh to call it trash. I mean, you get a +1 clear on your stats. What's there to complain about? I've gotten quite a few of them too. Honestly, I think sometimes, even if the level is simply 3D world, that's enough for somebody to call it trash. People are just prejudiced. It's pretty sad. That's the way it is. Whoa! Whoops. I didn't exactly mean to do what I did, as you can imagine. And then I got embarrassed. I probably could have stayed alive if I wasn't freaking out. Oh well. Alright, I already got that coin, so I'll just skip it for now. Don't tell me that was the first time I did that on your level. I'm pretty sure I did that before, didn't I? Oh, maybe not. I was kind of goofing off, to be honest. Not that I haven't done that already in this level. I mean, the super world, but that's not the point, I guess. I wanted to do that, but for some reason I didn't. Okay. Well, I've done it now. Boomerang. Oh, is that supposed to be an alternate way to kill the rats? I guess so. Well, I have made a level that was intended to be very easy in 3D World that ended up being a so you're giving the player forgiveness for taking damage, I notice, by putting a POW at the end that's even small. Mario can ground pound to destroy. This room is a little bit odd because we can't really get to the rat. And I'm not sure that that spike ball can even kill him. So I'm very confused about this room. Okay, no, it can get him. Okay, good. Oops. It kind of looked like he should be able to be got, and I think it's easier to kill him if I still have the cat's suit, but I didn't, so whoops. Death down there. Don't want to go in there. What was I saying? So I tried to make a really easy level, but it was technically a puzzle solver, and as it was, I saw people like dying on it a lot. And they really shouldn't have been, but they were. And like I first life the level, but it's a super expert level. It's like I think it's between 1% and 3% or something like that right now. I'm not sure, but it's really low. cute rat level. Once made a stage called If You Die on the Stage, Shame on You. Somehow people fell for its traps. Oh, yeah. Oh. Got about another hour to play this game. Maybe I'll try to finish it for Super World. I don't know if I'll have enough time or not, but we'll see. I would definitely have to say the other guy that I was talking about, who I said his 3D worlds can be a little bit hard, he's definitely got some ridiculously easy ones, but a lot of them are really hard. And anyway, I think the super standard stuff, or the standard stuff in general that I've made, obviously my auto scrollers are like number, what, 5 in particular, I guess, is, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Wiley, that's his name, but I think he changed his name on Mario Maker 2. I don't know if he changed his name on Twitch yet or not, but I'm actually following him on Mario Maker 2. Anyways, he hasn't actually been watching my channel lately, but so yeah, playing his new Super World is kind of a low priority at the moment, but he had this one really hard Meowser level. It was really terrifying. And I've played lots of Meowser levels. His was kind of pretty unfair. He probably watches like my highlights of, I'm not sure how many of them he watches, but at least watches some of the highlights of me playing his levels. So it seemed like he probably got feedback from me playing his level, or maybe somebody else feedback from playing his level, and decided to make a pretty significant change to his new version of his level. And so that was cool, because it's definitely going to be a lot more playable now, and people are going to be a lot less despairing. But yeah, I actually cleared the old version of the level, but it took me a long time to be able to clear it. But I will comment that his level is a little bit more fair than it sounds like, because, what should I show off here? I could duel this Meowser and kill him right now. I don't know how easy it would be, but if I did that, I might lose my ability to climb, which could be a problem. So yeah, I've played lots of Meowser levels, and as a result, I've gotten pretty practiced at fighting him. But I noticed nobody ever gave us, like, a mandatory duel against Meowser. In fact, most of the time, you can't even do a duel with Meowser. And yet, for some reason, we have a duel with Meowser right here, which is pretty cool. But I'm assuming it's entirely optional. Of course, the fact that he has wings is going to be annoying, because he can keep flying away and doesn't want to come and fight. Oops. But on my red coin collecting 14, this is mandatory. Some people didn't like it, though, so much to the point that they booed the level. Oh! Alright, well, I lost my bell. I messed up. I was starting to lose my patience because he kept flying away with the wings. My version, he doesn't have wings, so whatever. Anyways, I can beat him with wings, though. I've tested it and I was already able to do it. But to be fair, I was not playing him with this music. I don't like this boss music. It's gonna make it hard for me to concentrate, so that's my excuse. And I think it's an honest one. Because on my level, I'm not even using the default airship music, I'm actually using tranquility music. So, yeah. I feel like it makes it easier to concentrate as a result of having that. Oops. Oh, that's vicious, dude. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, one thing I thought about doing is make it so the player only has to hit Meowser like 3 to 7 times or so. But you could arrange that by giving the player like a few shells and a few pows to throw at him, however many it takes, to reduce his HP from like 19 to like 5 or whatever. So, oh, yeah, that's true. I muted the game sound a while ago, Dragon Breath. Thanks for pointing that out. I forgot to turn the game sound back on for you guys. I can hear it, but you guys cannot. That's because somebody was playing a really loud level and I didn't like it. So let me turn the game sound back on. I apologize for that. I've played like I played a large part of Mew Super World without him being able to hear it. But, oh well, I guess he doesn't mind. At least he appreciates my feedback and likes watching what I've done so far. But yeah, that was the regular boss music, which was quite irritating. But thankfully, like, see, I knew, just looking at the semi-solids, we could still climb if we got hit by him. So, that was a pretty fair level, but it wasn't especially challenging, but that's fine. One thing you want to do is you don't want your hard castle early on, because if you do, it locks the players out from being able to see what your next maps are. So I respect your decision on not making it too overwhelming, but still giving them an option to challenge themselves if they wanted to, like I just did. Hello there, Orland76, how's it going? And Ben, you uploaded a precision level yesterday, and it's not cleared yet. Sure, yeah, I just finished a map, so we could go do that. Not far dragon waiting for him to respond to me. Oh, I can still see the chat. He's not cluttering things up.